All right, now let's talk about some of like my favorite things to do in the cannabis industry, which is definitely going to be the fine dining, right? So when we first got started, we took all of our experience from the fine dining establishments that we were working at and was like, let's just infuse all this. Like this seems to be the most easiest way. And this trend now is definitely picking up a lot more momentum. It's pretty much everywhere. Every place that's legalized and some that are not is doing more fine dining. Now, understanding this is a pretty interesting perspective considering now that since there's a lot more people that are involved and people are choosing to not have to smoke and realizing that an herb is just an herb, we can start looking at cannabis as something that just gets you high, but more for the benefits of the plant and just using it like any other culinary ingredient. So, why are high-end chefs experimenting with cannabis? First off, it's legalized. You ain't gotta hide. It never stopped anyone before, but when people were trying to mask the flavors, things like desserts and sweets made it a lot easier. With more states and countries allowing chefs to work with cannabis, especially in professional kitchens, you get a lot more people with the expertise of just food, and then now you being able to use tinctures and oils and butters to just enhance the dish. Second, people are starting to crave a better experience. So many people were so afraid in the past to just try anything else besides brownies. Now, that's mostly because people who've done it in the past have probably not told you exactly what you're going to get when it's infused. And not only that, you have no idea if it's going to work or worked way too much. So now that people are seeking other things, chefs have been able to go in. You can get things like the COA of a strain now. You can be like, okay, we have myrcene in it, caryophyllene in it, limonene in it, linalool. You can look at these flavor profiles and say, okay, cool, what can I do to add this to my dish so then the experience of cannabis is present, not just I'm gonna get you high in the next 30 minutes to an hour. With that and being able to have the COA and the terpene profile, it definitely makes it a lot easier for chefs to grab those flavors. Lastly, chefs are seeing cannabis as an actual ingredient. I'm pretty sure some of us have seen the show Bon Appetit, and you have these chefs that have been cooking for years or whatever. It doesn't really matter how long they've been cooking, but they have a truly understanding of what a dish should taste like. Add those flavor profiles into it, and you can you add those flavor profiles into it, and you start making some really cool things. I mean, who would have thought that you can do a rosemary garlic aioli? You know, now I'm eating a burger, and now I got this kind of cannabis infused sauce, and not only do I have the cannabis infused sauce, but because the chef knew that this strain is really good with limonene because he's an expert, and he also bought our book that talks about all the different terpenes and the flavor profiles and the benefits. He was able to enhance this sauce and make my day a lot better before I have to go back to work in the next 25 minutes. You know what I mean? At the core though, cannabis is just like thyme, rosemary, basil. It has all these different flavors and aromas that can enhance the dish. And once you were able to figure out exactly where and how and when, who and how long you're able to do these things, yeah, it's gonna take some work. But every food that you ever eaten has taken work. Every chef had to go through an experience to figure out how to make this happen. And chefs that actually went to school for this, some that didn't, I mean, you know, the way you become a chef is, you know, a lot of different mountains to climb. But at its core, it's an herb. And being able to look at this product as such, so many people are going to be able to dive into this experience. It doesn't have to be as complex as it sounds, because not everyone needs to do an infused 5-course meal dinner like we've done. You know, where you got people come in, you say how many doses you want, 50 milligrams, or put 10 milligrams in each dose, give them a joint. You know, not everyone needs to do that. You could just go home and make some mac and cheese with infused butter. You can go home and make some steaks. Brussels sprouts. My friend making baked pasta. It's lasagna. But it doesn't need to be that complicated. No need for you to do all the extravagant labs or the tools. Literally just smart, intentional methods of, okay, I got this flour that tastes like gas. It's a little gassy, so I'm gonna grill, right? I'm gonna take this flour, I'm gonna decarb it. Not only am I gonna decarb it, I'm gonna add it into this barbecue sauce that's gonna take a couple hours to make. Put it inside the barbecue sauce, the flavor is cooking, it's cooking, it's cooking. Now, all the ingredients that I used for that sauce is going to some degree take over the flavor profile of that plant. But because I know the terpene profile is going to match the sauce, it makes it a lot easier for me to make you a pulled pork sandwich. I don't know. It could be fine dining. If it's 5 courses, I'm going to call it fine dining. I didn't even know the last time I've been to McDonald's said I want a 5-course meal. You know what I mean? So, chefs are using such methods once they get the book. And they're showcasing that the flavor is there. Chefs are also going and making sure they have low dosing, infused oils and butters so that people don't come in and get too plugged up, because sometimes it happens. Sometimes people just want 2 milligrams. You know, you got to be able to know how to do that. They're pairing terpenes with dishes, citrus strains with seafood, and the focus of microdosing is about to be a huge thing in the future, because as we have so much cannabis everywhere, people are going to be like, yo man, I don't really need a 50 milligram edible, bro. I need 3 milligrams and I want to go to sleep. You know what I mean? So the microdosing thing is really going to be a huge movement coming up, and it can enhance your food without too many overwhelming effects. Truly, any chef can incorporate this. It's not just another culinary technique, but it's, you know, just like making a stock, doing a fermentation, making a sauce, let it sit there, let it cook, put it there. Now, some of these dinners can be quite expensive. If a 300 infused dinner feels out of reach, you can definitely bring some of these techniques home, starting with infused oil. A simple cannabis olive oil can elevate any dish. Experimenting is gonna go a long way. You get an oil, you're able to find out exactly how much the dosage of that oil. And you can say, cool, I'm just gonna add a little bit onto this food and see how I like it and go from there. Focus on precise dosing, and you won't need a lot of THC to get you a better sleep, to increase your better sleep, increase your mood, or just to make sure you don't feel like cursing out your boss. So what do you think? Would you be interested in trying an infused fine dining experience? Or do you just want to sit at home with your weed and get a recipe from our book? Have you ever cooked with cannabis before? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments. For those that are serious about mastering cannabis cooking, my book covers everything from decarbing your flour to infusing your butters and oils. I definitely want to grab a copy of the book. We have it on Amazon. I'm going to add the link here as well. This is the hardcover book here. It's beautiful. Look at this. It's beautiful. But we're always on our phone. I get it. So if you want to use your phone as your resource to always be able to have it, I mean, shoot, you might go out of town and you might have some guy, you might be able to go out of town, go to a dispensary, get you some flour, make your own thing, make your own oil, and then you never have to buy anything else again. That way you can have your own infused in. You tell everyone coming over, I got 5 courses. We got this, your flour, this is the flavor I like, and then you've all been able to do that from this book that you have sitting there on your shelf, or you can just take out your phone, all the ingredients are right there, and you go ahead and experiment, because I think that's going to be fantastic. But let's do this together. Let's elevate your infused dinner together. If you have any questions, please go ahead and feel free to drop a comment. Please share this video, because at some point, somebody that you know is going to be tired of smoking. I mean, like, it's just, can't smoke forever. Got kids, people start getting sick. You don't want to smell like smoke. Nah. That's fine. This book will help you. I want to help you. My name is Tariq Sparks. I would love for you to grab a copy of our book. This book is going to be able to teach you everything you need to want to know about cooking with cannabis. And again, any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Welcome to my channel, The Hidden Creation. See you soon.